It's a great day to talk hockey with Grant McCagg on HabsCast.
Good day, everyone. Game day once again. 2 straight days. Busy man the last couple of days. Sorry, game ended later than I figured. It went to like 8 rounds in a shootout, so had to scramble here, get set up and get a couple of stats ready and get the Reinbacher video in place. Laval wins in a shootout, 8th round. Didn't look good for a while there, but Kakkonen, I think, only let in 1 goal in 8 rounds. Maybe they should call him up just to play in these shootouts that Montreal can never seem to win anymore. But Laval strengthens its position there in the standings. Let's just have a look. I've got brought him up here. 75 points. I believe it's up to date, but they have a 25-point lead on Belleville. Safe to say they're going to make the playoffs, so why not call up Reinbacher and Fowler, right? I've got no faith left in Monty. You can have an expanded roster now. I don't care if there's 3 goalies as long as Monty's sitting. I don't, it's not like it's going to hurt his development. He's not in the development stage anymore. He's in the maybe played his last game in a Montreal Canadiens uniform stage. So, it's the 4 points. Habs are 4 points from being out of the playoffs altogether, and pretty sure they want to make it this time. So, it would be a step back if they didn't. I mean, you wonder. For me, it signals with them not making any moves at the deadline here. For me, that's a signal that they needed a big defensive right defenseman, and they didn't get one. So maybe that's Reinbacher, right? He's certainly playing well enough. That's 6 points. 6 points now that he has in his last 5 games. He's plus 7, I believe, in those games. Playing extremely well. I watched the game again last night. Every game he's good. The only game I haven't seen in the past 6, lots of people told me he was quite good. It was in a 2-0 loss the other day, but he's ready, folks. I mean, you get people saying, "Oh no, let him wait all year." Well, the main purpose of the farm club is to help the NHL club, right? Develop players to help the NHL club. David Reinbacher right now can help the NHL club. It gets to the 3rd period of these games, and whether it's Struble or Jack-Eye, they rarely see the ice. So there's no confidence in them, right? What I would like to see is Reinbacher called up, playing with Hudson on the 2nd pairing. Let him have a look. That's what the plan is anyways, right? I mean, if he's not ready for it, you can send him back down. Just give him a look. And I think he's ready. 4 years of pro now. Yeah, he missed a lot of games last couple of years, all that, but he's been playing pro hockey for 4 years. Name me the last top 5 pick defenseman who had played 4 years of pro and never got a call up, never got a look in the NHL. I can't think of any. So he's ready. The Swiss League's no joke. For me, it's almost on a par with the AHL. So really, he's played 4 years of AHL level hockey. Now, missed a lot of games in that time, yes, but spent 4 years with men, playing against men. Uh, the kid is ready. He's more than ready. He's plus 16 now too this season. And I mean, it's top 40 in the league, in the AHL in plus minus, and he missed a bunch of games too. I mean, if he'd have played the whole year, he's probably top 20 in plus minus. Now, people have said, "Oh, he doesn't really have offense." It's not easy to step into the AHL and provide instant offense on defense. Like it takes a while to adjust. He's right on track here, folks. Like I put this tweet up just as an example, right? Simone Edmondson and Thomas Harley are very good NHL defensemen now. I mean, Thomas Harley played in the Olympics and the Four Nations Cup. Edmondson had 8 goals and 32 points in his first 64 AHL games. Okay. Thomas Harley, 8 goals, 37 points in his first 68 games. Reinbacher, 9 goals, 33 assists in his first 68 games. Basically identical numbers, right? And that may be off one. I think maybe Reinbacher's played 67 now. I didn't realize that the AHL updated stats that instantly. And it may be 32 in 67. It's regardless, it's one or the other. Let me just double check here. Yeah, it's 32 and 67. So, but 9 goals, 32 points in 67 games. So, and I mean, this year, 46 games, 5 goals, 7 assists, plus 16. So, and also in the last 5 games, I believe he's had something like 18 shots on goal or something like that. He's blossomed. I like he's playing with an edge. I've got this highlights from last night's game, and once again, just every time I'm watching him here, he looks good. So let's have a look. Let's have a look at the video here. Just a sec here. This doesn't seem to want to play here. Okay, here we go. His one-on-one defending is excellent. Here he gets in on the. I love his puck retrievals. He's always the first guy in. Very underrated skater. Like for a kid his size, his skating is really is elite. Somebody, if you want to, if you're on Twitter and look at my account, I retweeted somebody that posted Thomas Dubé, just from today's game, him skating back, and it just demonstrated just how well he can move for a man his size. But look at this here. I love how he's stapling guys to the boards quite a bit. He's been averaging several hits a game recently. He's just getting more and more confident with the physical part of the game. I mean, it can't be easy, right? Coming from Austria and then Europe and then playing in the AHL, which is a tough league. You typically aren't, and even Edmondson's a good example. He wasn't overly physical when he first started playing, and just got more and more comfortable as he went along. Check out this. I love his lead passes, his outlet passes have become outstanding for the most part. Puts it right on the tape and leads the guy. A guy doesn't have to break stride with his outlet passes. They're really good. And here again, you love his mobility, right? It really is outstanding the way he can shift back laterally to accept the pass, and just for a 21-year-old his size, he's looked really good on the power play too. I've liked how he moves along the line. He's getting a lot of shots on goal in recent games. I think he had 9 in his last 2 games or something like that. I'm not sure how many he had tonight, but 9 in the previous 2, which is outstanding. Let me see if I can. Does it have shots here? I'll tell you in a sec. He had 4 more shots tonight, so 13 shots in his last 3 games. But he's looking dominant at both ends. And Montreal is having issues. I'm not comfortable with having Carrier on the top PK. For me, it's not working. I'd give Gooley more time there. I would give Reinbacher more time or some time. He moves. He's better at clearing the front of the net than I know. Carrier, puts in a good effort. He competes, all that, but Montreal's PK sucks, frankly. And, I don't think it's any coincidence that it sucks in part because Carrier, for whatever reasons, Carrier and Matheson are the top PK pairing. I don't see it. Like, there's not enough physicality and size in that pairing. So they need to do something about it. The amount of goals, it's clearly an issue, goals against right now. I mean, they're right at the bottom of the standings. I don't think there's a playoff team that's let in as many goals as Montreal this year. Scoring plenty of goals. The issue is keeping it out of their own net. And they didn't do anything to address it at the trade deadline. So I think they have to. I assume that the plan here is to call up Reinbacher and call up Fowler, and Monty can be the third goalie the rest of the year. Look at them come back here, eh? Good effort to get back into play. He's got really good recovery speed. But I like what he's been doing with Engstrom out. Reinbacher's been the key. He's been the defenseman on the first power play, and I wish actually it would have been him from the start of the year, because he's just like he's the guy that I don't know that Engstrom's going to get a place in the lineup because he's a lefty, but Reinbacher is, and I mean, give him every opportunity to develop this year. Would have been what I did, but I mean, don't get me wrong, Engstrom's been more than good on the power play, and that would have been fine if they were showcasing him to trade him, but they didn't trade him, did they? So the Canadians they'll have 2 defensemen sitting out, but they got one sitting out every night anyway. And the other guy, when he does play, might as well be sitting out, like, going to get 8 minutes, nice time. I mean, I like how he sprawled there. That was the right play, and the guy ended up not getting it across. He's a big unit. When he sprawls, there's not much room. Here he is coming back, getting to the puck, takes the hit, but you know what? Got the puck over to his defense partner. Here he joins the rest. Look at Look at the wheels on him. Really good chance. Nice save. He's had good chances every game. Like he could be, with a little luck, he's got multiple point games recently. His confidence is growing by the period right now. And I get the leave him down point of view, all that. I mean, wouldn't kill him, but he can help Montreal. And they really are like they got to be careful here. A 3-game losing streak and they're out. They're out of the playoffs. And they don't control their own destiny anymore. So it's important for them to ice the best possible lineup that they can. And I think that includes Reinbacher. Look at his one-on-one defending and range is just it's NHL, above average NHL level all day. So here he is again. I like how he moves along the line. There is some offense in that boy's stick. It's not just going to be defensive defenseman. He can move the puck just fine, and he's got a good shot too. I like how he finds the shooting lanes and gets it in on net. There, that goalie had to make a nice save there. A low, hard shot, often a rebound. If he doesn't score, he gets the rebound in. It's just all around good, impressive. Very impressive. So nice play there. I loved how he just a little feint, like he's going one way, shifts the other way, throws the guy off, gets it over to his D partner. I've had people saying, you hear, he doesn't process the game well. It's not true. He processes the game fine. He passes the puck fine. I don't see a lot of mistakes anymore. I really don't. I mean, at the start of the year, yeah, he had like 30 games of AHL experience. Of course, there was going to be some growing pains, but I mean, now he's up. It's basically like a full season. Look at him here, right? He grabs the guy, grabs his helmet, rips it off. You see here, takes it right off, and that's Geertsen too. He just beat up Jack Eye today, and there's his goal. But he rips off the big guy's helmet. People that say, he's not tough or hard to play against. I got that tweet today too, and that's bullshit. There was his goal last night. He's got a good shot. It's underrated. And that stat that I showed you, he's got more goals and same amount of games than Harley and Edmondson did in the AHL. So don't, defensive defenseman's going to be his bread and butter, but especially if he plays with Hudson, and I think they ideally are going to be a perfect complement to each other, he'll get points playing with Hudson. Like even if it's just secondary assists, he'll get plenty of. Don't be surprised if he's a 40-point player down the road. This is another, again, like he got involved. There was some a guy went at him, and he's not afraid to push back. I like McCagg too. McCagg's got a little bit of an edge. I'll give him that. But here's what happened here. The guy, and he gave him a shot back. See, a couple of shots there. He doesn't mind getting involved. And here again in front of the net. This is where he's better than Carrier. He's more rugged. He's got the size, strength. I like how he clears the front of the net. He boxes guys out. And I mean, if you can do it at the AHL level, you can do it in the NHL. So here again, not afraid to take the hit. There's no cowardice in his game, that's for sure. And here again, knocks the guy down in front of the net. You see Carrier try to do that in the guy and it doesn't budge, you know. So I think they got to go with the kids. Yeah, they're already the youngest team in the league. All this, but they need the kids here. It's going to be exciting, and even if they don't make the playoffs, it just the experience that they get for next year invaluable. So yes, sir. Laval won today. I talked about that right at the top of the show. Draft Z99, 8-round shootout, and Reinbacher picked up yet another assist. It was a nice showing by Laval to come back. They were down 3-2 and tied it up, as they've done many times in the past in this season, and tied it up and won it. Jack scored his 12th assist to Farrell and Reinbacher. Sammy Blais, 8th goal. Belzile and Dauphin assisted. Freaking 3 power play goals for Rochester today. That didn't help. They got a 5-on-3 at the in the second period there and cashed in on it. Went ahead 3-2. Del Gaizo made up for his whiffing on the when he came out of the penalty box, whiffing on the breakaway shot. He made up for that with a nice goal in the third period to tie it up. To Luke Tuck and Jack assisting on it. Reinbacher would have had the third assist on that one, but he was once again on the ice for he was +2 today. Just really playing good, really playing solid hockey. That's 3 points for Jack in the last 2 games. So hopefully he's starting to get rolling here. What's that? 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 points in his last 10, which is an improvement because he, in his first 41 games, he only had 15 points this year, which was disappointing considering last year he, as a rookie, he had 24 goals. But Thorpe playing with Jack which I find kind of interesting. I think those two, the hope is maybe someday them being on a thump line, right? Let's have a look here. By the way, 120 people are tuning in here. Thanks. That's great. Hit the like button if you can. I'd appreciate it. Oh, Novid to show $5. Thank you. I appreciate the donation. Here's to yesterday's amazing marathon session. Thanks, Grant. Hey, I was absolutely exhausted. I wrapped up the post game. Well, I think I podcasted for 9 hours yesterday, or at least, and I slept in till 10 o'clock this morning. I really needed that. Still tired. It was exhausting, but there were people that actually stayed on for the whole 8 hours. And of course, it was for nothing. The Canadians didn't do anything. It was frustrating because, especially when, just about every year soon after the trade deadline, you hear some insider say, "Well, the Canadians are done." And then when they don't say that, and then when they delay the press conference for an hour, you think, okay, something big's going down here. So I stayed on, even though the last thing I wanted to do was go for another hour. I did, only for nothing to happen. So major lunch bag let down, but you have to try to read the tea leaves on these things. And to me, I think what they plan on doing here is giving Reinbacher a look. The defense is just not playing well enough. You've got 4 left D playing. Reinbacher's a right D. You bring him in, put him with Hudson, see how they look together. I mean, Hudson's played with everybody this year. Why not with a true right defenseman, big, rangy? They're just like when he was drafted, that was the plan, eventual plan. And it's a couple of years later, well, pair him up, give him a look. It might be magic. It might be great right from game one. If he doesn't look ready for it, then you send him back down. It's no big deal, right? I mean, Jacky and Struble have sat all year on and off anyway. For the last month, if they sit for the last month, it's not gonna kill them. They're practicing every day, right? What I would do on occasion, you're playing a tough team or whatever the case may be, even if Carrier continues to struggle some way, he could sit and bring in Jacky for the odd game, bring in Struble for the odd game, maybe even sit Reinbacher a game or two. But I think he needs a look, and I think if he does get a look, that his days in Laval are over. That he's with the big club from now on. Playoff time, and I've been saying it for a couple months now. Reinbacher is, well, that's why they got him, because that's the type of defenseman that he's going to be. He's going to be a playoff type defenseman. Well, if they want to make some kind of noise this year in the playoffs, then give him an audition now. And if he looks like he's ready, play him in the playoffs. It's not like he's 19 years old. It's not like this is his first year of pro hockey. He played in the Swiss league. It's a damn good league. 2 years, came here, battled some injuries, but parts of 3 years. Just, I think that he needs to be playing, given a shot now. Montreal's defense is struggling. They're giving up too many goals. And Fowler, 35 shots last night, 2 goals against. When's the last time Monty gave up 2 goals in a game when he had 35 shots? Has he even done it this year? Yeah, I know it's AHL versus NHL, but I mean, Fowler played better when he was up than Montembeault has this year. And he's had another month of development back at the AHL level. Call him up. Give him a look. What the hell? Play play Dobish and Fowler, just like they did earlier on. And actually the record was half decent for a while with those two as the starters. So it's they didn't make any deals at the deadline. Well then, clearly, and all the rumors were with all of these insiders that they were looking at goalie. They were one of the teams interested in perhaps Bobrovsky and Binnington. They were looking at Whitecloud. They were looking at Murphy. They wanted Murphy, right defenseman and goalie. So, and then the other thing was maybe a center, certainly a forward or two they were interested in. Well, Hage is coming. So instead of buying at the deadline and giving up assets, maybe the plan is to give Hage Fowler and Reinbacher in audition. I'd love it personally, and I think most fans would too. It'd be exciting to see the future now and see where they're at, and they may all be ready to contribute right now. In fact, I suspect they are all three. So that's exciting. Uh, let's see them, and let's hope that they can impress. All right, let's see what your opinions are here. I know not everyone's on board with that. Hey, no, we don't all agree on it. You know, I realize I'm not in the. I don't know if I'm in the majority or not. It's probably kind of split, but we'll see what you, the fine listeners, viewers, think. Um, Summers, poor Summers. Grant, I hope you got a good rest. Yeah, I did. I'm still a little tired, but getting to sleep until 10, I needed that. Tina was nice enough to let me sleep in. Let's hope the boys can win the game handily tonight. After yesterday, less drama would be nice. Yes, I was looking. Apologies for not having this info, but I presume that Dobie's starting tonight. I typed in Dobish in Twitter search, and for some reason I didn't see anyone saying Dobish is starting, but surely he's starting tonight, right? Simon, Reinbacher's very impressive. 3 games in a row. Rocket had to finish the game with 5D. Yeah, well, he's getting lots of ice time, right? But he's been fine. Yeah, they're a little short-handed these days. Engstrom out and Bisson, but he's picked up the Reinbacher's picked up the slack. He's been excellent. Hi, Grant. I'm a French guy from Quebec. I work on my English listening to you. Have a good show. Okay, there you go. Hope you haven't picked up any bad words listening to me. Although I think you probably knew those words beforehand, right? Now that the trade deadline is closed, can a team waive players? And what are the rules on a team that may pick a player up from waivers? The reason being, can Monty be put in waivers and sent to Laval? Well, somebody can probably answer that for you. I don't think he can be. I don't think waivers have changed, have they? Not entirely certain. I know rosters have expanded. So, you just keep the guy, as far as I know, you just keep players. You got extra players that on your NHL roster. You don't. I don't think it changes waivers, but that's a good question. I don't know. I can't confirm that 100%. Montreal's projected for 102 points. Everyone would have been happy knowing we'd get there at 61. Yeah. Well, I predicted that they'd get 100 points this year, so I'm satisfied. I don't know if I'm happy, but I mean, I expected 100 points and a comfortable playoff spot, but 100 points may not get you in the playoffs this year, unfortunately. Like there could be 6 teams in the East with 100 points. The next few weeks will be crucial to stay in the hunt. Seems all the other teams chasing made some roster improvements. Yeah. Well, I think it's important for them to make the playoffs again. That's a step back if they don't. And I also think that it was a mistake on Kent Hughes' part if they don't make the playoffs here. So they've got to, if they, surely they've got plan Bs here. Like if they go on a losing skid over the next few games and they're out of the playoffs, they got to have they have to have thought, well, okay, well, we still got Reinbacher to call up. We still got Fowler to call up. Who got Hage coming in, hopefully, here. Like, that has to be the plan. Surely they're not just comfortable with missing the playoff when they made the playoffs last year. They've been in the playoffs all year up till now. Everyone around them made moves, but they didn't. Well, they got to have a plan B. And that's got to be it, to call up these guys if needed, and they're needed as far as I'm concerned. I can't see Jeff being happy with them missing the playoffs this year. Either Jeff Gordon or Jeff Molson, especially Molson. He wants playoff revenue. And there's no better development for young players than to experience playoff hockey. And I'd be shocked if they don't want to win at least one round this year. That's why I was surprised that they didn't pick up a couple players to help, to help that come to fruition. But they can't be watching this team and say, well, the defense is fine, the goaltending's fine, we're going to make the playoffs with what we have, the roster we have right now. I just, if they did think that, then I'm worried, because they're not seeing what I'm seeing and what I think most people are seeing. D-man. Otherwise, you can cheer for the team down the 401. Okay, what's... Not ready yet. Stop crying. Okay. Stop the madness, people. You wonder why they have him. Okay, D-man, you're being a bit of an asshole. Whatever. You don't have to be so aggressive there. We don't agree with you, so you tell us to cheer for the Leafs? Come on now. You don't come in here and start friggin' swinging. Arbor provides plenty of toughness, but he has to play perfect hockey or he gets under 10 minutes a game. I think Matheson plays too many minutes and he looks tired after the break. Yeah, basically. I agree with that. Ooh, lots of people chiming in here. Leafs is a choke machine. Half the fans are ready to fire the coach and start over with another guy from the queue with zero experience after losing to. Yeah, well, hey, passionate fans, man. It's it starts with losing two, and you lose two more. You lose two more after that, you're all of a sudden you're out of the playoffs. So, yeah, we are bleeding red, white, and blue here. Yeah, no use. Don't rag on fans for being passionate and caring, right? I mean, come on. Money gave up only one goal versus Winnipeg facing 36 shots. Yeah. If Monty's waived, well, you don't have to waive him. You can go with 3 goalies the rest of the year. If we're going to make the playoffs, they need way better defense, and they need to do more to hold the lead. The standings are way too close to start slipping now. Yep. Can't be complacent about it. I'm sorry. You can say, oh, what? Don't worry. Well, freaking right, you worry. If you want them to make the playoffs, you worry. When you're giving up 5 goals and 7 goals, you worry. And it's not going to be fine getting 98 points and missing the playoffs. I don't care if there's a 7-point improvement. If they miss the playoffs, that's a failure this year because that young core needs playoff experience. Well, this is it too. One of the reasons why I want to call up Reinbacher, get the friggin' 3 lefty playing on the left side, right? Have 3 right D on the right. Goulet, Carrier can be the bottom pairing. What I would like to see is Carrier is playing Goulet, Jack-Eye type minutes, 8 to 12 minutes, and have Reinbacher's with Hudson, but he's playing, I don't know, 12 to 15. Goulet's on the third pairing with Carrier, but lots of PK time. I think Goulet's a better penalty killer than Carrier. I'd be more comfortable with him because you're not dealing with having to deal with pucks, especially in the offensive zone on your wrong side and guys coming down. You're in the defensive zone most of the time on the PK. I think Goulet is better playing on the right side on the PK than playing on the right side at even strength, where you have to accept passes more often. Pucks coming up along the boards, especially in the offensive zone, where you've got to switch sides, or some people coming down the wing, and your sticks on the wrong side. Majority of penalty killing time is in the defensive zone anyway, and you're not running into that issue as much as you do in other circumstances. So Goulet on the PK, third pairing with Carrier, but end up getting more minutes at the end of the game. Have a few shifts maybe where you have Goulet and you put Goulet with Hudson depending on the situation. Have 2 lefties on occasionally, but at the end of the night, have 4 defensemen playing. Goulet, Matheson, Dobson, Hudson playing more minutes than Reinbacher and Carrier, and have Carrier playing 8 to 12. That to me would be ideal. Reinbacher somewhere between 12 and 15, the other 4, 18 plus. And I think that's that's the best recipe if it was up to me. But seems like Robida loves Carrier, and it's going to be one of those situations where Evans and Carrier are going to be ridden, and I don't have faith in them, especially on the PK. Evans again, more, I don't know how many empty net goals he's been on the ice for now, and same with Carrier, but it's a bunch. They're out there and they freaking don't do it. They're not doing it. Kind of weird. Monte, he stopped some grade A chances, but long range shot, he can't track the puck. Maybe he needs some glasses. Yeah, really, eh? I hear you. Marty would be better off with an experienced head coach assistant that can teach defense. Well, I think Roger Grillo's back this week. Hopefully he can help right the ship here a bit, right? Okay, it's 6:47. I'll go till 7:00 here, but then we got hockey night in Canada. Simo, I'm with you. We have options for goaltending, but defensive issues are coming from core players. Oh well, yeah. It's not just the defensemen and there's got to be some cleaning up with the forwards too. It's a team effort here. Reinbacher better than Seider? Oh, I don't know about that. Let's wait and see here. I don't think I mean, that's a pretty high bar, but I don't like Sider's big, strong boy. I would, Sider's for me. Sider's a top 15 defenseman in the league right now. Will Reinbacher be someday? I don't know, but that's a high bar. You know, he's not better than him now. That's for sure. Yeah, well, yeah, he's top 10 probably. You know, and just a big, strong, really strong. Reinbacher's strong, but Sider's beast. Like it, Sider is a beast, just like Kevin said. Hey, Grant, a fan from Saskatchewan. Hey, Kevin. I think everyone should take a deep breath and just cheer the boys on. Yeah, we don't have to get into pissing contests here, Um, cheer them on, but it's okay to, it's okay to want the best roster and for them to win. Like I'm competitive. I don't know about you, but I want them to make the playoffs because I think that's best for the future. Not just best for this year, it's best for the future. And that's what everybody seems to be focused on, the future. Well, nothing could be better for the young players, the Demidov, Kapanen, Hudson, on and on, Slav, than to play at least a dozen playoff games this year. And I really hope I really hope that that's the case, because otherwise they've taken a step back. And I thought from last year starting onward that they'd only be progressing, and not making the playoffs would be regression. 17, yeah, I said 18, but all right. Oh no, he's getting all sorts of his confidence is growing, Johnny, leaps and bounds. Best defenseman the last 5 games. Best defenseman on the ice, as far as I'm concerned. Um, he's ready. He's ready for a look. Any of our NCAA or KHL goalies ready to sign their entry? No, no, I don't think so. I think there's a year here, one more year development. I don't. Volokin signed for 2 years anyway, right? He's not going anywhere at this point. Um, no, there is no roster limit, so bring him up. If there was, then you couldn't. But as of after the trade deadline, you can bring these guys up. So do it. That's why I think that's the plan. Habs are a good defensive structure and 900 goalie from being a top 3 team in the league. Yeah, probably. Yeah. Carrier way too soft for the playoffs. He gets pummeled. Well, I mean, he's a gamer, but MSL is a good offensive coach, not so much defense. Unless they reduce their, it's going to be tough. Yeah. Well, I hope Grillo coming back helps too, right? Um, he's the experienced coach that he's been battling cancer, and apparently he's going to be back with the club. He's beaten it so far. Good news in that front, and he'll be rejoining the team, I think, this week, which will be a good. The big secret deal he was told he was working on really seems like the reason why he didn't make smaller deals. Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Can speculate all we want, but making no trades is better than making bad trades. Well, put it this way: if you said, "Well, okay, you can only there's only one trade or no trades, and that one trade's getting Kadri," I'm glad there were no trades. Are you seeing Arbor get X-Fur into winger? No, I don't think they're going to convert him into a winger. I get asked that every podcast, by the way. First, you think they should be maximizing a cup window, especially with Florida or the picture this year. I thought so too, but I hope they make the playoffs and I hope they win a round. Could you believe how much better this team would be if Monty had played like he is now over the past 3 years? When expectations were low, he shined. As expectations rose, he wilted. No lineup changes is interesting. What? Monty's and Nets again? It's a bit of both, Mike. I don't think anyone's saying that the coaching doesn't get any of the blame, but you have to take, you have to take the players away from them that they like too much. Is part of the problem. If you bring in other guys, then maybe they'll stop playing the wrong players in the wrong situations. Hope to know will eat a piece of pizza tonight after beating his former team. There we go. If you had Carey Price, yeah, well, when you had Carey Price, the team wasn't nearly this good. So, Preds are beating Buffalo 1-0. Well, that's good. I got no issue with that. I'm going to go another 5 minutes here, folks. So, hit that like button, please. Subscribe. All that good stuff. Hype it. Every bit helps. Absolutely. Possibly. Let's see here. Boston beat Washington. Devils beat the Rangers. Halfway through the game, Nashville's up 1-0. Pittsburgh beating Philly 3-2 halfway through the game as well. Yeah. Michkov still going to be quite a drop for Michkov this year, isn't it? Man, oh man, that guy. I mean, if you don't show up in shape, I don't care how skilled you are, you're going to struggle. He's and that's exactly what he's doing. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 points in his last 12 games. My goodness. And the guy, and 1 assist in his last 12 games. He's a half decent playmaker too. 2 assists. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 2 assists in his last 21 games, Michkov. Wow. So, that's why I kept stressing folks after Reinbacher got picked and everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people were apoplectic about it. And I'd have to go on Tony's show and defend it over and over again. Tony telling me that Michkov's going to be a 50-goal scorer and, Reinbacher's got this disease, Osgood Schlatter, and it was just, it was the end of the world. You got to wait. You got to wait and see. I believe in Reinbacher. I don't trust Michkov. Will Michkov be a great NHLer? I had my doubts, and we're already seeing. Well, he's going to have to. He's got to figure it out. He's got to get in shape in the friggin' off season, work hard, I mean, Sidney Crosby worked hard. If Sidney Crosby busts his ass in the offseason, Matvey Michkov can do the same. If he wants to be an above average NHLer, that's what he's got to do. And that was the issue with him too. You didn't know that whether he'd do that or not. And it wouldn't be the first Russian that you could say that about. Considering Pareko was going to get Merkin in a first, I think Schneider for Zborowski in a first would be a pretty good deal. Yeah, I like Schneider, but I mean, that's a pretty hefty price for him. You don't want offense, defense. You want defense. The Habs are terrible on defense. Yep. Now you see why a right D is very valuable. Oh, God. Do you know what the Canadiens could have got for Reinbacher? Well, he wasn't available, but there's a reason for that. Yesterday was a clown show. Well, pretty much, eh? All right, I'm going 2 more minutes here. Maybe 5. They don't drop the puck till about 7:10 anyways, right? Although I tuned in at 7:09 last night and they'd already scored a frickin' goal. Good thing it was called offside. I never saw the replay. They kept just showing the offside, like the goal. They had 5 minutes and they didn't show the replay of the goal, and I missed it originally. And then when I did finally see it, oh my goodness, nice save, Monty. On games that Monty's playing, they should put Dobish in for the first save, and then the last minute, if they're ahead, put Dobish in again. Because Monty cannot save the first friggin' shot. His life depended on it. The Habs are third best in the league at scoring goals. What do you think they need to do, Grant? Is the system or the effort or defense? Personnel, you know. It's a little bit of everything, personnel included. I'm curious to test Toronto, but I think the real game changer will be Fowler. Yeah, well, no, I think the defense is the defense has it. Carrier is just not doing it. It's so important, and when you've got the wrong guy on your top PK, you can't clear the front of the net. Ooh. I don't care if you got Hasek in nets. Pickford is need. I hear good offense outside, but defense side isn't as good. No. He'll need some time there, draft C. Gooley might be the best D dasher. Could be a solid actual shutdown and PK pair. Yeah. That's not a bad idea either. But and you got Hudson. You don't want Hudson playing fewer minutes because he's stuck with Carrier though. I'm not I'm not comfortable with Carrier being in the top 4. But I get what you're saying. Watch some of Laval's games this weekend. Totally agree on Reinbacher. He looked great. Big stretch of home games coming up. Seems like a good time to call him up. I really hope they do. Absolutely. Old Savard. Yeah. David looks a little too bad he couldn't come back, eh? But I think he's enjoying the retired life a little too much. It's not fully developed yet, and he's already clearing the crease better than Carrier. Yeah, he does protect himself better than Gooley from hits. I agree. I don't think Flo Jack-Eye is ready. He needs another off-season transforming his body a bit. Need to sit galley too. Yeah, maybe, eh? Well, folks, I'm going to do a post game. I hope you can join me. I don't remember having no Canadian teams not make the playoffs. Rogers must be panicking. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I think Carey's sixth man in ice time. I agree. Everyone, please press the like button. It's free and it helps Grant significantly. Couldn't have said it better myself. And yes, Oskich ladder is quite common in young athletes. Yep. Getting supper going before the game starts, enjoying the game. Okay, everybody. Thanks. Good turnout here pre-game. Let's hope that they can get rolling here. Bobrov knew about Michkov's work ethic. Yeah, he did. So did I. All you had to do was watch the games. You know, you didn't have to do any character digging on that. Just watch how he plays. Tells you a lot about the character of somebody if they don't give a what about their play away from the puck. All you need to know. Okay. Great. Well, thanks everybody. Game's ready to go. Appreciate you all tuning in. See you after the game, okay? I'll see if I can get somebody to join me too. But we'll have a good post game, and hopefully I'm going to be cracking a Molson in celebration afterwards. All right. Thanks as always for tuning in. Hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, and go Habs, go.